Okay. Good morning. Karen Thomas here with the Summit Seekers virtual morning coffee chat. We are here to talk about different things that go on in business, and running our businesses and balancing things and just in being leaders. If you are seeing this on the replay, give us a hashtag replay and maybe a comment, an aha moment. And of course, if you have something that you'd like to know more about for your business or just in general, somebody else's opinion about something, drop us a message and we'd be glad to talk about it here in our virtual chat. Because this isn't about anything being right or wrong. It's about different people's viewpoint and experiences in our community and how they might look at, or we might even come up with a new kind of solution for different problems or different challenges. I try not to use the word problem because it has such a negative, because life is always going to give you challenges. You have to decide who you want to be showing up for them. All right, I'm going to let our first guest that is here, other people might pop in while we're getting started, but I'll let her introduce herself and then we will have our chat.
Good morning. I am Vedra Moon. I am in Charleston, South Carolina, and I am known as the safety net builder because I help my clients find different insurance products to meet their financial needs, and I also help them save up to 70% off of their funeral expenses. Thank you.
Very good. All right. Well, do we have any interesting comments or ideas for today's chat?
No, I don't. I can't think of any.
Okay. Well, I always have backup because, I just love to introduce or go over different things, but we're going to revisit a problem because if it hasn't happened to you, it might. Has anybody ever lost their Facebook account?
Ooh,
Have you?
I haven't yet.
You haven't?
Not yet.
Okay, I have. And it is the most upsetting, traumatic experience emotionally because our whole world we put on Facebook and then all of a sudden it's gone. It says, "Oh, you did something that violated community, whatever." And you're going, what did I do? Oh no, what did I do? Now it's been a few years and people ask me sometimes why I have a second profile. And that's because if I have to start over, there's at least one out there that I can get onto, because sometimes you can get them back and sometimes you can't. Knowing community standards, of course, is reading all of their BS. The algorithm has its own interpretation of things, but I'm going to tell you that it happens more times than you can know. And I've known people who have had to start over in their Facebook profile because it was hacked. I mean, there's hackers out there. Not only can Facebook take it away from you, but hackers can take it away from you. You have to try to set up protocols or things that can hopefully help you. Ah, we lost you, Vidra. That can help you minimize the risks. Vidra, do you have two-step author verification on your? Oh, she she must have lost her internet again. The poor girl. Her internet is so, well, I can't say much because sometimes mine gets unstable and I freeze up. But
I'm
are you
back.
there?
Yes, I'm back.
You're back. Okay. Are we plugged in or are we trying the wireless thing?
Definitely plugged in Ethernet cable.
Okay. All right. Well, what I was going to ask you is one of the ways that you can hopefully make it a lot harder for hackers. I don't know if anybody's ever been hacked, if they use the two-step verification. Do you have two-step verification on your Facebook?
No, I don't.
Okay, it's real easy to set up. You just need to go into your settings, into your how to manage your Facebook. And if you don't, if you can't find out that way, then go to YouTube and
Yes.
ask the question how to set up two-step verification on your Facebook. You should have two-step verification. As irritating as it is, every time I want to go into one of my accounts and it wants to send me a message, send me the code, I'll, verify that I am who I am. Every time somebody I know loses their Facebook, their TikTok, whatever, Instagram, if you lose any platform from a hacker, it's worth all the inconvenience to keep that from happening.
Yep.
There's so much that we have that even though you could replace it, you can go back. There's so many people that upload and then they don't know where they put all their stuff when they upload stuff to Facebook. It's just they count on Facebook being there to keep up with all of their memories, the videos and photos and this and that. All right, the whole reason that this has come up is because I want to tell you about a seven, not even a seven figure. Let's talk nine figure. Is it nine figure? We have the thousands, we have the 100,000s, we have the millions. So that's 3, 6, 9, 10. I guess it's 10 figures. If you're talking millions, wouldn't you say that's 10 figures, Vidra?
Um, yeah.
Okay. All right. Because your six-figure earners are in the hundreds of thousands. Your seven figures, well, maybe it's your seven figures is your millions. I don't know, whatever it is, $1 million earner. Okay.
Okay.
However many zeros and whatever that is. Okay. When a 7 million or a seven-figure earner loses their Facebook account and their whole business is on Facebook, it's devastating. And my mentor is going through that right now. Her last 5-day challenge was called Make Money with Forbes. So she's not sure if it's the Make Money with Forbes. We think that's really what the algorithm had a problem with. She said somebody either turned her in or the algorithm just decided it did not like that. And they took down her videos from the challenge in her group, but they took her totally off Facebook and told her she had violated community standards. They won't tell her what it is. She says, now, it could be that I had naked mastermind. Maybe they didn't like the naked mastermind, even though we weren't really naked. But you just never know. And she's like, they're working behind the scenes. Her team, they're trying to work through submitting, but there's nobody you can call at Facebook. There's no direct connection and no person. So it's going to be interesting to see. She's she's doing well with it, considering she still has her groups. And that's the importance of your mailing list, because she hasn't lost any of her connections because she has an email list that she can email everybody. She can still do her Zooms, she can still do everything. She just doesn't have her Facebook account where she can have people connect with her or have her thing. She says the biggest thing, since I've lost mine, and I can understand this. She said it makes you feel so icky because you didn't do anything wrong. But she said all of a sudden people think, well, maybe she is not all there. Maybe she is a fraud. But Facebook, what's the word I want to use? Censors so much stuff. How many videos have you said fact finder disagrees with this?
Yep, I've had that happen.
the truth is all depending on your interpretation and which side of whatever you're looking at. Because didn't they used to think, what, 200 years ago that the world was flat?
Mm-hmm.
There's still people who think the world is flat. Now, science has proven it is pretty much a known fact. Ancient civilizations didn't know and say that the world, some of the ancient civilizations that had, like Stonehenge and that monitored the equinox here and then whatever, they knew things went in cycles. And they never really said it was flat. They just didn't know, how big the world was.
Yeah.
But back with Christopher Columbus, they were saying, don't go. If the world's flat, you're going to sail right off the edge. Truth is all in what isn't proven now or is that you want to digest or you want to accept. And the fact that people have used different remedies and have had things work, it just because it can't be validated that it was real by whatever fact checkers there are does not make it any less valid for us to share. But Facebook, wants to have its censorship of a lot of things. So this is just a reminder that you have to be really, really, really careful if you are using your profile for business, which as far as I'm concerned is a smart business move. Your family knows you. Set up a Facebook group for your family if you want to just talk family stuff. But if you have a business, your Facebook profile should be about you. It should be about people being able to come to your profile and get to know, like, and trust you. It should be about things that that you are interested in and having people get to know your different areas in your life. Not saying you should never on your Facebook profile, you should never put your business name. If you're with a company, you don't ever do that. But you can talk about how much you are into helping people. You're the fashionista of their accessories. You're the fashionista of color coordinating their nails with their with their clothes or with the seasons that you are the girl to go to for helping them do something. But they need to get to know, like, and trust you, because sometimes some of us have more than one business. Some of us have more than one product. And one week we can talk about how fancy our nails are for the season. The next season we can talk about how healthy we are from where we shop. The next, week we can talk about, where we get our jewelry from. The opportunities out there are enormous. And you don't have to be with just one, but your Facebook profile can be about you and people getting to know about you and your values, your honesty, and whether they really want to buy from you. Because most people, if you run after them or come up to them in the parking lot or anywhere else and say, hey, I'm a such and such, would you like something? Most of them want to run from you. Same thing happens on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. If you're doing nothing but promoting on your profile, your business and what you're selling, then people are going to say, oh, she just wants to sell me something. She's not she doesn't care about me as a person. So that being said, Facebook shouldn't be your only place to find leads and prospects, but it is a great place for people to get to know you. It's a great place for you to run offers for, hey, the trends are coming out for nail fashion this month. It's whatever. I'm making a list of all the different types of colors or patterns that are going to be popular this spring season, this fall season, this Christmas season. If that would be of interest to you, let me know. What does that do?
Spikes curiosity.
Exactly. But who's going to answer it?
Those out there that it
That it's
pertains.
interested. So those are your customers. Those are the people. The thing is like with Vidra, she's into lowering the cost of funerals. My grandmother passed away. Let's say that this isn't a real story, okay? I'm going to use it as an example. You know, my my mother-in-law passed away a couple months ago, and the cost, it was just staggering how much money it cost to even get into the funeral home, just to do this and that. The family was devastated. We're just devastated because we're not sure how we're going to pay for it. I really wish I'd had the information from so and so about, or I wish I'd have known there was such a service that actually helps families cut the costs before they have to deal with it. It's getting these kind of stories, or I just joined a company, or I just found out, or I just did something, and now, or Vidra could say the 8 top reasons you want to plan ahead for your funeral. Anybody interested? The
Yeah,
thing
I'm
is,
sure. Mhm.
you have to ask the question and see who's interested. Or tell a story and say, has anybody else had this happen to their family? When you get people to raise their hand, these are the people that you can take off of Facebook and talk to in Messenger and say, I'll send you that information. And then you get their email address, say, I'll email you that information. And now you start building your email address, your email list. Because any of us can get knocked off Facebook. When I got knocked off Facebook, that's when I knew the importance of having my email list for my group. When you have a group on Facebook, there's 3 questions that are available in Facebook for you to ask before people go into your group. If you're smart, you'll make getting their email address one of the questions. How many have you gone to a Facebook group and they ask for your email address?
Quite a few.
Because that's a way to guarantee that if they're coming into your group, that you will be able to get in touch with them should something happen. They can make you other offers. They can talk to you about other things. You want to talk to people about things that you don't want censored? Email's the way to do it. You're not even safe in Messenger, I don't think, because Messenger is just another service of Facebook. And I can't even tell you how many times I've been in Messenger jail for starting too many new conversations with people.
Didn't know that.
Oh, when you work at using social media for your business, you find out all kinds of things. And there's always new ones. I mean, they're always changing stuff in Facebook. The algorithm changes, what you can say changes. I mean, I don't even remember how far back it was. I did a post on the 5 words not to use in your Facebook post, because Facebook doesn't like them. The first thing is, please love my post. You ask anybody to love anything, or to do to if you ask for engagement, the algorithm won't send it nowhere. If you ask them to comment, the Facebook won't won't send it nowhere. They call that baiting. They don't want you to bait anything. So those are the two that I remember right off the top of my head, because when I go to do any kind of training or something, I try to refresh myself on all of it. That just came to mind. My main thing, that if we didn't have a main topic we wanted to talk about, that I would talk about losing your account. Because since my main mentor, Forbes Riley, is, she has an account on Facebook. Now, this is the whole other thing. You can find Forbes Riley on Facebook. She said the problem with that one is that she was hacked from a person in Pakistan. And when she finally got it back, because they tried to blackmail her and tried to get her to pay to have it back, she no longer has the email address that she opened her Facebook with. So she has it back, but she doesn't have it back because she can't verify who she is with the email, because she can't get into the email to confirm the email. Yeah. So it makes it, that's why you have extra admins on your Facebook groups, so that if something happens to you, your group is still able to function through somebody else. So have extra admins to your Facebook groups. Have your stuff, have an email that you're not ever going to get away from, or a recovery email. There are things set up in Facebook to try to help negate these things. But most of us just we set up our account how many eons ago? I mean, I got in 2011. It's been 13 years. When you have to go back to your settings, and you have to set it up for people to not be able to see all your friends. The two-factor authorization or verification, so that if there's any changes, or somebody's trying to access your account from a different place than what it's used to, it will send you a notice saying, or it'll ask for a notice saying, we don't recognize this computer, we don't recognize something, we've sent something to your phone. So put these things in place. If you haven't done it, then you might be at the other end of something happening. Because why these people do this stuff, I do not know. Why? Who? But, and if Facebook decides that they don't like you, then it's a sad thing. Now, I did want to talk about, since both of you here have been to Pitch Secrets Masterclass, who would like to say something good about Pitch Secrets Masterclass? Because Sunday is a class, and I'm sitting here trying to work at putting a reel together with you all's different testimonies, which trying to edit and do from, I think I have one I'm trying to work with from August. It's that people just are amazed once they go. But getting people to say, well, what can I learn in 2 hours? What's pitching? What kind of secrets? It can't be that big a deal. What did you all find? What do you all can say about the Pitch Secrets Masterclass that might be of value to somebody? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Pitch Secrets is well worth the investment. It has made me a lot more comfortable pitching, because pitching is not about selling. It's a one-sided conversation designed to get a yes, and it is also about problem solving. And Forbes, she definitely over delivered. It was well worth it. It was a lot more than the small investment that I made. Because honestly, when I made the initial investment, considering the price, I didn't expect much, but I was completely blown away. It is well worth the investment.
Yep. I guess I don't know what happened to Maria. Maybe it was her internet. Maybe she had to go. I don't know. Yes, I had 3 of our community go last Sunday, and I had asked them for. I mean, I can show you the messenger conversations I had with them, they were just blown away. They just could not believe how good the class was. I've asked them to write me because it's all about people getting testimonies that what you're offering and what your business does actually helps people. And that, to me, I loved when I went to the Pitch Secrets Masterclass, the information that she gave. All right, I guess Maria had a problem. We're all having our ins and outs. Okay.
Let's see if she's come back.
All right, Miss Maria, it's your turn. What do you have to say?
I just got back here. Let me take my hat off. I was gone.
Yeah,
gone.
you flipped out. Yep.
Yeah, I sure did. Okay. A call bumped me off and I just couldn't get back. I had to start all the way back from your link.
That's all right.
I thought it was very helpful because I think the older I got, the more intimidated I get about myself. And so it's just talking with people, and I can talk because they say people from New York can talk your ear off, but I learned a lot of good things. I couldn't get them all to articulate and get them wrote down properly. But I would suggest that anybody go spend the 2 hours. I thought it was something Vidra needed to hear. So I popped her in the middle of the week and said, "Hey, Vidra, here's your link. Show up." Did I not? So,
Yeah.
and we both learned a lot. I was able to start implementing different things in my business that she had suggested. I still need to go back to the other class and write down some more things. It's not something that you can just grab everything all at once. And she's puts it in such a way that it's pretty methodical and how you do this. And that's what I was looking for.
Right. Well, you did the boot camp too last year, didn't you, Maria?
Yes.
Okay.
That's where I told Vidra, come.
Right. The boot camp is going to be offered, I do believe, in February. I emailed her team. They haven't nailed down the exact dates for when the boot camp is going to happen. But there is another 1 Minute to Millions boot camp coming up. And I've taken the boot camp 2 or 3 times as well, because you don't learn everything the first time. And the biggest thing that in working with mentors and programs that I have, that I personally agree that they have said, is when you redo a program or you redo a class, you are a different person than you were the first time you took it. And when you are a different person, you're going to hear things differently that you probably didn't hear the first time, or you're now ready to say, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." Because repetition is the mother of getting and being successful. You don't decide, what is it? Vanessa Williams, not Vanessa Williams, the tennis player.
Serena Williams?
Serena. Yeah. Serena Williams didn't go out in one day or 1 year decide to be, queen of tennis. She started when her and her sister, when they were very, very little. And even though they're twins, one sister is better than the others. Why? Maybe one put in more work. Maybe Serena saw it different. You just never know what the differences are, but they have practiced and practiced and practiced. And this is the biggest thing that when you learn the Pitch Secrets Masterclass, is that you start putting your story together and then you keep practicing it. And it's not about one thing for everything you do, right, Miss Vidra?
Nope.
Every little different part of your business, every little different product has its own story and its own pitch. Because when you try to sell everything at the same time, you sell nothing, because you can't convey without going into a whole, what is it? What's the word?
Dissertation.
That's it. A dissertation that most people are going to tune out after what? 10 seconds? We
Yeah.
know that the average attention span is only about 10 seconds now for people. So if you don't catch somebody's attention with what you're saying, then they're just going, uh-huh, uh-huh. And they've zoned out. They just can't wait for you to stop talking so that they can go to something else. Right? Wrong? Anybody want to
Right.
jump in? Y'all are so exciting this morning.
First cup of coffee.
Oh, well, I'm on my second, you know, but I start at 4:30 in the morning. So
Oh,
well, I shouldn't say this is my second cup. I've already had one big cup. My 40-ounce one went traveling around with me this morning. It's kind of like that cartoon I put it out on Facebook every once in a while. Yes, my doctor only allows me to have one glass of wine, but it's this big.
Big.
This big. So I'm having my one glass of wine. Life's too funny. All right. Well, Miss Maria, you came on a little later. Do you want to introduce yourself? And did you have anything that you wanted to talk about with today's chat?
It took me about 8 minutes to find the link. So now I know to go into your page, scroll, 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 and the invite is down there.
It should be right in the event.
Well, I'm not that savvy. So
Okay.
it
I
takes
mean,
me like,
the link is always in the event for the Zoom. So, but you found it one way or the other. So,
yeah, first I went through notifications and then I said, well, that didn't work. And then I put up and then I couldn't find it, but I didn't scroll down far enough. But hi,
well,
I'm Maria.
those sticky notes, anytime I have links and stuff that I use regularly that I don't want to have to go searching for, I have sticky notes and I have my links all where I can copy it and stick it in the browser. So if you have sticky notes on your computer, that's would be
Computer,
another way.
iPhone.
Ah,
iPhone.
you're on your iPhone? Okay.
iPhone's less easier to get hacked on than a computer is.
Yes,
But
it is.
our computer is so antiquated. Windows 7.
Yep. Yep.
So
One of these days, you told me you're going to upgrade. I know it's coming.
it's gonna come. I thought I even bought a 2 terabyte to take all the information out because I have my past business trucking company in there and I need that information. I may need that information.
Exactly.
So
Well, that's what thumb drives are. You can always upload that to a cloud as well. That's where I use my Dropbox. My Dropbox has all my tax information and everything because it's secure to it, as secure as anything can be. Lord knows hackers can find a way to get into, I think, Fort Knox.
yeah.
oh, yeah. But let me go on. My name is Maria and I'm with Color Street Nails and Makeup. And I've been coming here listening to this on Thursdays for a year.
Wow.
So those of you that have not been here that long and are listening and kind of catch it on the fly, you ought to go back and hear some of the past audios and Thursday morning coffee chats. But
on my
you
YouTube
mentioned
channel.
something about the cloud, and I don't know, here in Texas is where I live. They have Baylor Scott and White. Their big system was hacked. Each one of us got a letter stating, oh, by the way, all your medical information for the Medical Information Bureau has been hacked, and we just wanted you to know about it. Well, that's good. Why don't you upgrade your security so we don't have this breach of information? So you just mentioned something about Dropbox. I have not, I can't figure out Canva yet, but I'm working on it. I haven't got into Dropbox. I know some of the things that I open go into Dropbox. I don't know how to retrieve them.
Okay. Do you have a Dropbox account?
Did you ask Vida or me?
You.
I must, because things go there.
Okay. Well, one of these days we'll have to sit down and look at that. You
And
know,
one of these days you could suggest having a class.
I could do that. You know, half of my struggle when I first started in social media was they talked over my head with, well, you do this and you do this, you set up files, you do this, and I'm like, okay, what's the best one? Well, you can use this one, this one, this one, or this one. And how am I supposed to figure out which one to use? Which one should I choose? Just choose one.
Yeah.
Use one and
Yeah.
go with it, you know. Okay. Yes, when you're, and I have found, even talking to younger people, being working and being a social media content creator is a different using the platforms differently than just being a user and scrolling and watching stuff. So if people are just users, they don't even understand how it even gets on there, or they have a vague idea, but they don't understand the processes for all that is created and put there, how much work is involved for a lot of it. So people use it, they enjoy it, but the workers with it are the ones that it's two different sides of the business. It's two different sides of information and skills. And like anything else, skills can be learned. Skills can be, the biggest thing, Maria, I'd like you to quit saying is that you haven't figured it out.
Haven't.
I want you to quit saying that.
Truth.
I want you to say, I am smart enough to figure this out.
I'm gonna figure this out.
You're smart enough to figure it out.
I'm smart enough to figure it out.
Yes. I just started saying, when I kept saying, I just don't understand this. I can't get it. I flipped my words and I just said, you know, I'm smart enough to understand this. It may take me a little bit longer than some people, but I am smart enough to understand this. And I quit telling myself that I wasn't smart enough to do this, that I just, you know, that I quit using my age and everything as a blamer and being a victim, because there's young people who have told me, well, I don't understand it either. So age has nothing to do with it. I just now tell myself I can do anything I want. Some things with this older body, this more used body might take me a little longer than others. But I did my workout. What was it? Was it yesterday, day before? And before my workout, I told I'm doing the book. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Joe Dispenza's book, You Are a Placebo.
Oh, I've heard of it. I just haven't read it yet.
Well, you know, I will say I'm reading it, but it's more like listening to it on Audible. But one of my other mentors, Peter Sage, has talked about this book several times, and so I said, okay, I want to hear this book. So he quoted a study that Harvard did, and it took a group of older men, like, you know, I think between the ages of 60 and 80, and it sent them to a retreat for 5 days. And it told them that it wanted them to act younger. So they filled the whole retreat with younger looking stuff, you know, things that younger people do, or things that were prevalent 20 years ago for them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that they would feel comfortable with the things from 20 years ago. And then they studied, they measured everything after they were done. And then they sent another group to this same spa and asked them to reminisce about things 20 years ago. And there again, filled it with magazines and things from 20 years ago. And then at the end of that, they measured and did. And what they found was that the group that acted younger had a significant increase in their posture, in their energy. They said even their fingers lengthened.
Wow.
That chronologically, body-wise, they went back they anti-aged in 5 days just from the act of pretending they were 20 years younger. They said the group that reminisced had changes too, not as significant as the ones who acted it. But when they were thinking about things from 20 years ago, even those had significant changes to their health, to their energy, to whatever, criteria that they were measuring. They measured all of them before they went into the study, and they measured them after they went into the study. And they were shocked to find that the process of thinking about being younger will make you younger. So if that works, if you keep saying you're older or that you can't do it, or that, I keep telling my mom not to say, well, I'm 90. This is just how it gets. No, don't say that. Because if that's what you believe, and if that's where your thoughts stay, that this is normal for 90, I don't want to be normal. There is nothing fun about being normal. Doesn't get you recognized. Only the bad girls have fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Not that I want to be bad, but I want to be unique. I don't want to be part of the norm. So if you don't want to be part of the norm at whatever age you are at, with all whatever is happening, and the real sad part of today is that all the diseases that happen at the 70, 80, 60, 70, and 80 are now happening at 30, 40, and 50. They're now happening 20 some years earlier because of all of the way. This is the first century that man has not had to struggle to eat.
Really?
Yeah. You can go to the grocery store and buy anything you want, right, Maria?
If the shelves are full, yep.
Well, if one store, go to another one. But this is the first century that food is not an issue. If you think 100 years ago and you lived on a farm and the crops failed,
Yep.
you think about, what you had to wait for things to be shipped in, depending on where you live. Most, 100, 200 years ago, man was dependent on whatever he could hunt, grow, steal,
Praise.
trade for. It was all what was available, and it wasn't a matter of going down from one store to the other, was it?
No.
All right. So this is the first generation, and what have we done with it? We're obese, we're fat, we're sluggish, we have diseases now that we didn't have 100 years ago because of the availability of all of this food. All kinds of food and all kinds of bad foods, and but that's neither here nor there. just an observation that this is the only body we have, and we have to take care of it. And I have I've quit fussing at myself over my weight. I am not hugely obese, but when you get over menopause, there is no more skinny mini for most of us. The hormones do not work in our favor. But I'm very healthy because I have been doing supplements for 40 years. I've always given my body the nutrition that it needs to heal itself. But now, watching my mom at 90 go through losing, it's becoming more prevalent and more obvious the strength she is losing because she has not worked on exercising and keeping her flexibility, keeping those muscles and those parts working as well as she should have. And I just, it's about making a choice, and I'm about making the choice that I will have my body in shape to the best degree that I can here before I hit 70.
That's a wake-up call for this lady. I had a lot of physical therapy to after surgeries, and then okay, you get in shape and you do things outside in the summer, and then when the fall comes, it's just like you become complacent. Wake up call.
Yep. On my YouTube channel, I know it's and I'm doing it more for myself, and it's just my documentation of 365 days of the core program. It's I have the link for the book. The core program is an exercise. It's 15 minutes. And what I like most about it is once I get on the floor with it, I start on the floor, I do the whole program on the floor. I don't have to show anybody how hard it is when you're over 50 or 60 to get up and down off the floor. But it's all about doing the exercises to strengthen all the muscles inside your chest and inside your stomach and in your back that keeps your body upright. The older you get, this noggin here is heavy and it starts leaning. You start walking funny. You get an ache in your knee and you start walking funny, then your hip starts. The core program is about strengthening the inside muscles that hold your organs in place. And when you get older, sometimes you can't hold your pee and you tinkle on yourself. You laugh real hard, you tinkle on yourself. Okay. My mother has to wear pads, and she doesn't have periods anymore, but she can't always make it. And if she laughs or something, she can't always wait to get to the bathroom. So you end up wearing pads every day so that you don't embarrass yourself on your clothes. But I'm doing it as a documentation for myself, even so that I can see what I looked like when I started versus how I will be in another 330 some days. I've done yesterday was day 23 that I've done it. And I'm getting ready to move up into the intermediate set of exercises, which is just different variations of the ones I'm doing. But it's a 15-minute workout, Maria, that you can, if you, I do it on my living room floor. But it's about keeping, our bones. My mother still washes dishes, and I don't take over. As much as it hurts her back to stand for any length of time, I don't take over that chore because she doesn't stand enough and put weight on her bones. If you do not put weight on your bones in standing, that's where you get brittle bones from. That's where if you're not up using and walking and using those muscles to keep your balance, that's how seniors start falling down and breaking things. And then that's the start of the end. My mom now goes from furniture, wall to wall. She, getting up even a curb right now is hard work for her. We have 3 steps up from the garage into the house. We're up on we're not on a flat. What is it?
Flat.
Yeah, we're not on a concrete slab. We're 3 steps up. We have a crawl space under the house. So we have 3 steps up. She has a railing in the garage, and when she gets to the top, she's doing this number to try to pull herself into the house to get up that last step. And I said,
More steep.
Huh?
Because it's more steep.
Whatever. I'm just saying that if you don't
Yeah.
use muscles, that is what the 90s will look for you. I want to be dancing. I want to be out hiking. I don't want to have to worry about any of that when I'm 90. So this girl's going to start doing her exercises so that I can have my active, fun senior lifestyle. Here, Regis can laugh at us because we're old and she's still got it. She's so young. You know, old doesn't have to be getting old and frumpy and run down. That's just a state of mind, and that's a state of what you let it get into if you are. There's exercises for every type of you can start somewhere. This program, the book by Peggy Brill, the core program, she even starts saying if you can't get on the floor, do it on your bed. She's a physical therapist, and this I highly recommend this book for people who sit a lot, don't have a lot of time, because 15 minutes is not a lot of time to invest in working your muscles that are going to keep your organs in place and keep you functional in your balance and in your the way your bones and your skeleton fits together. Anyway, if you want to see that, that's on my YouTube. If you want to see it, I do it no matter what time of day it is. And some days I haven't really felt like it. And I did it late last night because I had a really busy day yesterday. But I'm doing it for me and to say, okay, here's 365 videos of me doing it. And if you want to see an old person, then you can say, okay, I'm not so bad. I'm doing better than Karen. Or
I'll have to see that and follow you.
well, you can go to my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com, of course, and then it's a / and then there's that @ sign. A better life is a choice. That's my that's where that YouTube, that's where that series is. So, all right. Well, unless anybody has anything else to talk about, I've now done blabbered for for quite a while now. Anybody have any
On topics I thought we'd never ever touch.
do what?
On topics I thought we'd never ever touch.
Why?
I know we're 3 women out here, but I know there's a lot of men that watch.
So what?
It's life.
They have wives. You think they don't know about this stuff? You think this is alien information? Come on. And if they don't know, they need to know, and they need to be helping their wives do better. They need to do better.
My sister would say TMI.
Oh, well, this is this.
But I got to say something about Vida. Vida, you remind me of a goddess.
Because, thank you.
Yes, because you have this plant growing from behind the top of your head. I see that all the time. It makes me chuckle. And you are goddess Vidra.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you, Maria. Thank you.
I'm enjoying the information that you're giving out there on credit. I went through that 2 years ago and was able to bring my credit from 480 to now I think it's 778, somewhere about there.
That's awesome.
It was a journey, and I try to get my son to take it. And even if the credit cards are high interest, just do it, because once you pay it off at the end of the month and charge up again and pay it off at the end of the month, I found out by doing that where I was spending. So now I've gotten a card that I'm just not going to use. So I need to get with you and ask you what happens when you don't use them. Does it just stay there in your one of the cards that I have? Because I hate a card that you have to pay every 23 days. I didn't realize this. So I don't use it.
Wow. Yeah, we can definitely discuss it sometime later.
Yeah, I need
All
to
right,
get with you.
ladies. It's been a
Well,
pleasure.
you ladies have a good week.
We will see you next week. Same time, same station.
All right.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
Bye. Hi, my name is Karen Thomas. But guess what? That is not important. What's important is your success online. I can help you start a successful, thriving business online, no matter how many times you have failed. If you have a desire to win, you can. All you need is Wi-Fi, a laptop or desktop, and be able to follow simple directions. Reach out to me and I can show you exactly how.